Donkey Kong is back with another Donkey Kong game. This time it's Donkey Kong Jr. for your Intellivision. Let's go ahead and take Donkey Kong Jr., pop it in my Intellivision and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Donkey Kong Jr. was published by Coleco and carries a copyright year of 1983. It is based on the Nintendo 1982 arcade sequel to Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong Jr. is a multi-screen arcade-style game for 1 or 2 players alternating and has 4 modes of difficulty. According to the manual, Mario has locked up Papa Donkey Kong and Jr. must hurry through a treacherous jungle to free him. The game did not come with an overlay, so you may want to pay attention to the controls. In the game, you use left or right on the disc to move Jr. and to reach and move in between vines and chains. Up and down is used to climb vines and chains. You move down faster when you have both hands on a single vine or chain, but you move up faster when each hand is on a different vine or chain. You use the upper side buttons to jump and can do a running jump by combining left or right on the disc with the jump button. The stages also have fruits scattered about that drop when you touch them, taking out any enemies they contact on the way down. This version of the game contains 3 of the 4 stages from the arcade version. In each stage, you can lose a life by touching an enemy, falling too far, or failing to complete the stage in time. You start with the vine stage, where the goal is to climb a vine at the top of the screen touching the key. You need to avoid blue snapjaws that will go in one direction, eventually falling off the screen, and red snapjaws that patrol various areas of the stage. The second stage is a chain stage, where you must push all the keys to the top while avoiding red snapjaws and flying nitpicker birds. The third stage is the vine stage again at increased difficulty. The fourth stage is the springboard stage. Here you must jump on a springboard to progress and can jump extra high off the springboard by pressing the jump button right as you hit it, although I found this hard to pull off in this particular version. As you make your way to the top, you also have to avoid what the manual calls stooky birds, who can drop eggs on you on higher difficulties. And by the way, saying stooky birds is kind of fun. Try it, stooky birds. If you did, I bet you smiled. If you pass the springboard stage, you repeat the 4 stages with increased difficulty. Scoring wise, you get 100 points for jumping over an enemy, 300 points for jumping over 2 or more enemies in a single jump, 200 points for pushing a key to the top of the chain level, 400 points for dropping a fruit, 800 points if it hits one enemy, and 1200 points if the same fruit hits a second enemy. You also get bonus points that depend on how quickly you complete the stage. Earn 8,000 points and you earn an extra life. Graphically speaking, the stages themselves are nice and colorful, as are the enemies. However, Donkey Kong looks like he was created by the guy who makes the caution wet floor signs that janitors use. Mario looks like a grape Smurf, and Junior looks like the baby version of the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Sound and music wise, the game does an overall good job with one huge issue. Just like the arcade version, the game opens with a nice version of Toccata and Fugue in D minor. There are some okay sound effects in the game, and the rest of the music is well done too, especially the in-between stage music, but there's one big problem. During the stages themselves, the nicely done background music is constantly, and I mean constantly, interrupted by the in-stage sound effects to the point that it can become pretty painful to listen to, which is a shame. Family friendly wise, I'm pretty sure that this game would get an E for everyone rating if released today. At the time I researched on eBay, including shipping, loose copies were selling for $12 to $18 and one complete copy sold for $29. So what did I think of Donkey Kong Jr. on the Intellivision? Well, first let me say that this is a big improvement over the Intellivision version of the original Donkey Kong, which I just reviewed in episode 341. It's also a big step up over the Atari 2600 version of Donkey Kong Jr., which I reviewed in episode 211. But with that being said, there are some drawbacks to the game, beyond the background music constantly being cut off. Once again, the game requires you to push perfectly left or right to move. This led to many times that I wanted to move, but I didn't since I was slightly off on the disc. For the most part, I was fine climbing up and down, but it was with making jumps from platform to platform where I had the most problems. As a matter of fact, I felt that I lost most of my lives due to the unforgiving jump controls rather than due to the game itself, which was frustrating at times. But still, the game is pretty fun, although there are better versions out there. So where am I going to rank Donkey Kong Jr.? Well, it's definitely going over the original Donkey Kong at 4, but under Space Battle at 3. So out of the 5 games I'm now ranked on the Intellivision, Donkey Kong Jr. is climbing into the 4th position. Donkey Kong Jr. on the Intellivision is a big improvement over the Intellivision version of the original Donkey Kong and a whole lot better than the 2600 version of Jr., but I'd much rather play the game on the Atari 7800 or NES instead. So what do you think of the game? Whether you agree or disagree with me, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Also feel free to click the like and subscribe buttons and follow me both on the Facebook or the Twitter. And I'm a member of the Retro Junkies Network. At this time, I'd like to thank Janitor Sean from the Atari 7800 Homebrew Podcast for supporting the show at patreon.com/NoSwearGamer. Thank you, Sean. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care and watch out for Stooky Birds. Stooky Birds.